Who wrote Shakespeare? A tradesman or an aristocrat? A visual clue long overlooked. The 1623 Droshut engraving shows someone wearing the clothes of a nobleman, expensive dark velvet and a very stylized stiff lace collar, which could only be worn by an aristocrat. Does that surprise you? Well, only the nobility were permitted to wear expensive silks and velvet in pure or darker colors, but especially expensive lace collars. They tell the story. Even successful tradesmen were barred from aristocratic dress. Penalties for wearing these clothes and collars could be devastating. A tradesman could never insinuate himself into this courtly, sumptuous world that you see above. This is why Ben Jonson's writing does not reflect the same intimacy with power and court life that Shakespeare does. Indeed, Jonson, the successful, educated playwright, is shown above in the lawful tradesman's collar. But the portrait in the middle, painted 200 years after Jonson died, shows him wearing the quality of collar worn by King James I. Alive, this poet laureate couldn't have worn that collar. The earliest versions of the Stratford monument show a man in commoner's wool and tradesman's collar. But by 1723, to promote this brand new Shakespeare myth, instead of using Shakespeare's actual likeness from 1649, they copied the image from the first folio. Well, at least Shakespeare's still dressed in the same tradesman's collar and jerkin he started out with. At least that's authentic. It is so important to realize that there never has been any evidence or any claim that the first folio image was a likeness of the man from Stratford. None. The nobleman shown here is wearing the stiff, pointed, high collar fashionable in 1623 when the folio was printed. The engraver of the image on the first folio clearly wanted to signal that the author was an aristocrat. This has been hiding in plain sight for 400 years.